Concerned parents share their thoughts on a landmark social media case.
Find out how a cell phone ban in LA high schools is still enforced a year after it began.
And we'll talk to a unique influencer with a priestly social media presence. See It Live starts now.
Tonight, we'll take a look at how social media is impacting families, teachers, and students. Hi, I'm Kate Stuzin.
And I'm Lluvia Chavez. A landmark civil trial is continuing in downtown LA with the practices of social media in the spotlight. The case against social media continued in a courtroom today. Yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg took the stand answering questions about whether his social media platforms are intentionally addictive to young users. Parents attending the trial have a lot to say about the dangers of social media.
Sadly, I lost my daughter to online harms that deteriorated her mental health. I'm angry what has been unsealed in documents that they knew they were harming children, that they were putting a price on children's head for profit.
Facebook is responsible for the death of my 15-year-old son, who only had Facebook for a very short time. We know that the algorithms can be used to keep people safe, and instead they're being used to keep the eyes on the screen at all costs.
A 2018 internal Meta document reportedly said, quote, "If we want to win big with teens, we must bring them in as tweens." But yesterday, Zuckerberg countered, saying the lawyer had mischaracterized what he said.
It's going to either introduce an entire new field of litigation of very similar lawsuits all across the country, or it's going to shut this down. The plaintiffs here are alleging that this is more of a product liability case, and where Meta and YouTube's, the way they structured their platform, the way they designed their actual product, right, Instagram or YouTube, causes addiction in underage individuals, and they knew about it and they continue to do so.
The trial is expected to last about 8 weeks. The CEO of YouTube was also expected to testify this week, but the plaintiffs removed him from their witness list.
So Lluvia, you were in the courtroom today. What stood out to you most?
I think what stood out to me the most was I was actually surprised to see that they had gotten a former VP of Facebook to testify.
Really?
And surely tensions were high. He gave a lot of internal insight from the 11 years he worked for Facebook, so it was very interesting to hear from him.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And for more on these platforms, serve content to users, we talked to Dan Schnurr, a USC Annenberg professor who helped consult on user safety for TikTok.
We were advised by a really smart group of mental health experts, both children's mental health and more broadly. The guidance that they gave us, much of what we adopted, was that rather than absolute restrictions or forbidding, offering suggestions and recommendations, guiding rather than imposing, was not only a healthier way of encouraging our users from doing or not doing certain things, not only healthier but more productive.
But how do social media algorithms work? When you open up social media apps, algorithms analyze your behavior, such as the types of videos you interact with, how long you engage with them, and any trends you follow. That information is then used to tailor your feed, showing content that algorithms believes you will find most engaging. An expert tells us algorithms can directly impact our social media habits during consumption.
The sad reality is that social media companies make more money when they create tunnel vision. Disengaging is a very immediate thing you can do and get a much better sense of the nature of your relationship with social media. Number two is intentionally syncing out disconforming voices, and that means kind of curating your own algorithm. You are in charge of it.
Among 18 to 24-year-olds, the most commonly used social media platforms are YouTube with 84%, Facebook with 71%, Instagram at 50%, and 37% use TikTok. Here's how USC students feel about their social media habits.
Doom scrolling all the time, mainly TikTok, honestly. if I have time when I'm walking to a class, if I finish my assignments early, if I'm home, literally if I have any downtime, I'm gonna be on social media.
I don't think there's anything wrong with a company giving people what they want, as long as it's not harmful, which I think at the end of the day, like, this is a choice they're making. It's not like a cigarette, it's not like an addictive drug, like, it's up to you to put down the phone.
In addition to fostering addictive habits, algorithms that incorporate AI technology also raise significant ethical concerns, particularly for teens.
The Zuckerberg trial shines a light on the growing number of calls to treat social media addiction as a public health issue.
People don't want to hear this, but it's especially good for a USC audience to hear this, that we all have to remember that we curate our own experiences. You need to engage with content that supports you rather than harms you, because unless the regulations and the laws start holding the platforms responsible because of the algorithm, then the only other action that you have to take is your own action.
The CDC estimates that about 50% of U.S. teens spend 4 or more hours per day on screens. They're often referred to as screenagers. Mental health professionals say that excessive screen time can lead to depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders.
We see a staggering effect on mental health, on attention fragmentation. With each hour of additional use that these students were experiencing, an 18% higher risk, with each hour, 18% goes up, of suicidal attempts. Tech leaders like Zuckerberg, they are not giving their children these technologies.
Australia is currently one of the only countries that has blocked minors under 16 from major social media platforms, but Britain, Denmark, France, and Germany are all considering a similar ban sometime this year. American Academy of Pediatrics recommends parents limit screen time for their children, encouraging more physical activities and face-to-face interactions.
More than half of college students nationwide say they feel lonely. New research from the University of Cincinnati suggests social media may be the reason why.
You're seeing a relationship with using social media for 2 or more hours a day and loneliness. So it really is a moment for everyone to kind of take a second and analyze their social media use and the connections they feel they're gaining from it. I'm not saying that social media is causing loneliness, so just take the time to assess your own use, enacting time limits, and just understanding how you feel when you use it.
The study also found that female and Black students, along with those taking online classes, reported higher levels of loneliness. Students in Greek life and those living on campus feel less lonely.
When people share videos online, they're sharing their highlight reels. They're not showing the struggles that go up to that. So certainly if we're always watching other people's highlight reels, it's going to make us feel less by comparison. People are obsessed with getting likes and views and so on, and that may also exacerbate somebody's loneliness as they create content and they feel like they're not being seen. Well, those are vanity metrics. Those are just tools by the platforms to keep you using them.
Trojans say the platforms designed to connect them can sometimes do the opposite. Doom scrolling can heighten students' fear of missing out.
Looking at like social media and like what everyone else is doing and then kind of compare what you're doing and feeling like a sense of loneliness. I would say personally, I get like that a lot of times.
I'm not afraid of missing out. I'm more just feeling left out because, well, this is how things are, unfortunately.
I guess you can look at someone, you're like jealous or you're like, oh wow, like they just seem like they have the best life ever. But obviously, you know, it's just like a little snippet into their life. You don't actually know, what's going on.
Researchers say understanding algorithms shape feeds will help users build healthier relationships with social media.
A year after LAUSD banned phones from classrooms, we asked educators and parents about the changes they've seen.
As I see the year go on, I'm like noticing that it's more kids on their phones, and so I'm kind of seeing that initial attention span increase now decrease a little bit. Like, we need some sort of system in place at a higher level where it's not us having to do the policing.
I felt like it didn't really do much because kids still were very adamant at the fact that they want their cell phone on them.
Some educators say they've seen improvement on student engagement and fewer visible phones, but that challenges is that the district did not specify how schools should enforce the ban. California implemented a mandate that requires all school districts to ban cell phones by July 1st, 2026. Policies still lack clarity on enforcement.
Coming up, we'll hear how students aren't feeling linked into the job market.
And find out how aspiring influencers at USC are using social media to expand their platforms.
And we talk to a very different type of influencer here at USC. Next, I'll see it live.
USG election season has kicked off.
They have a huge game on Thursday, right?
Huge.
Prior to that, he couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
And a warning tonight about a massive storm heading our way.
We're live here at the Galen Center. What would y'all do if you had $2.5 million?
Music, art, and women empowerment.
And she put her stamp on Big Ten history.
Those are men swimming like fish.
Thanks for watching.
Annenberg TV News, you never miss an episode.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
So, live from the Halo is USC Annenberg's take on NPR's Tiny Desk concerts. This is like a platform for USC students and adjunct students just to perform and play their music for an audience.
When you think of social media, you may think of Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat. But the real worry of many college students is whether they can get 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. In recent years, LinkedIn has seen an increase in engagement, hitting over 1 billion members globally in 2025. Almost a quarter of users are 18 to 24 years old. And it's no wonder with the job market currently stressing out young grads.
I do think that LinkedIn creators are on the rise, and so trying to be ahead and like getting the most followers and getting the most engagement is definitely like competition nowadays. I measure my productivity level on how many jobs I've applied to in the day because I'm currently looking for a full-time job after graduation, and I feel that sometimes I can be a little bit hard on myself, but at the end of the day you can just do your best.
The job market is especially challenging for new job searchers. Entry-level jobs are down 29% from a year ago. 1 in 3 Gen Z employees plans to change jobs within the next year, and 75% say they are relying on AI over formal training to learn new skills.
I love LinkedIn. I don't see it as like, oh, like I feel bad about myself. I see it as like, I gotta do better, I gotta catch up. Like everybody's on their own, you know? You can't compare yourself to others, you just gotta catch up.
It can definitely make me feel like I'm not doing enough, but I try and remember that everybody's different and that we'll all take our different paths.
When I'm having a really bad day, like I've gotten rejected by things, then I sometimes compare myself. But then when I'm having good days, then I'm like, oh, go them.
Your next job may be on LinkedIn. The company says over 3 million hires occur from the website each year.
While those USC students are using social media to get a job, for others on campus, social media is their job.
I spent my Valentine's Day on a yacht because my ex-girlfriend Victoria will not take me back, but fine, whatever.
That was Eric O, who left USC to be a social media influencer full-time. He now has more than 12,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Because like being right now in tech in the startup space, I wanted to create like a media system for it, right? I've been able to make whatever impact on someone's life regarding like their college journey. A lot of people like talk to me saying they choose community college because of my path, and you know it really is humbling, and I'm grateful for the fact that so many people have taken what I said for word.
Morning, y'all. It's game day. I'm actually not really a football fan if you didn't know. However, this is probably
a student on campus, Hershey, has 224,000 followers that enjoy her makeup and fashion advice. She features parts of her life from USC on her page, including her study abroad program.
I was always really passionate about telling stories and uplifting voices, so it was just something that came naturally to me and I gravitate towards. I think I'm trying to create a platform for people to feel not just represented, but feel like they can be their truest selves. Because I think so often young girls are put into these small boxes of what it means to be beautiful, what it means to be a woman, and I just want to prove to everyone that there's actually no box that you can be put in.
Looking up USC on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, there are plenty more videos of aspiring influencers showcasing their lives on campus.
Influencers can be found in even the most unexpected places on campus. Reporter Anthony Bottino has more on a religious leader finding different ways to reach younger audiences.
That's right, Kate. I'm across the street from the USC Village at Our Savior Parish Church, home to Father Matthew Wheeler, who's doing social media in a much different way than you'd expect. The priest currently has 179,000 Instagram followers. His videos use comedy to both inform and encourage people to pursue Catholicism. Wheeler and his team think they found a new way to connect with people and spread their faith.
He has the influence to reach people just beyond this parish. So that's why I think he does it, because he can, and he's got the gift that God's given him and he wants to use it for his greater glory.
I think we're in an era of kind of digital evangelization where we have an opportunity, especially in our faith as Catholics, to just continue to spread the gospel through that. The intersection of art and faith has always been a thing, but now it's in our modern world, it's like more through social media.
Now I'm here with the celebrity himself, Father Matt. Thank you so much for being here. Now to start off, why did you start using social media in this way?
Well, it all started when I came to do ministry here at the Caruso Catholic Center. It's a younger crowd, and our marketing team was like, hey, Father Matt, you might want to think about connecting with the students on social media. I was a little hesitant in the beginning, but eventually I said, well, let's give it a shot.
And why do you think you gained popularity so fast?
Well, I think, Instagram in particular has its own language and culture, and when you can use humor to connect the faith to young people today, I just think there's a relatability there and an open door that inspires them and connects with them.
And why do you think social media is so important to growing the Catholic faith?
I think it's a great first step in the world today. It's just become clearer to me as I've been in this world more and more that a lot of young people, but everybody really, they're in the digital space. And so we need to have a voice as the Catholic Church on behalf of our Lord Jesus to reach out to them to kind of evangelize this space in particular.
And now, do you think this is an actual way to get more people involved in the church? Since becoming more popular, have you seen an increase in church attendance?
It's interesting. I mean, yes, we have seen an increase in church attendance. Whether you can directly correlate it with my activity on social media, I'm not sure about that. There have been people who have come here who have said, hey, I've connected with you online and I just want to come and worship here, come to Mass and things like that. So I definitely think it's kind of mutually enriching, and it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Father Matt. As you can see, in a time when Catholicism is seeing a decrease in young people, Father Matt's finding new ways to engage with them. That's all from me here at Our Savior Parish Church. For Annenberg Media, I'm Anthony Bottino, sending it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks for watching See It Live. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Kate Stuzin.
And I'm Lluvia Chavez. For more coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you'll never miss an episode. We'll see you next time. Good night.